You've heard of rom-coms where the guy always gets the girl. You've seen drom-coms where 1 minute you're laughing and the next you're crying. Well, this is TraumCom, where we face our inner demons head on. You know, the ones that caused us all that trauma. And then we're going to make fun of them, together, until they get real uncomfortable, in a fun yet supportive space. Hi everyone, it's Jacqueline Goldstein here again with our third episode of the TraumCom Podcast. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about new beginnings and starting over, what it means to really come from the bottom and be able to say, hey, I made it to the top. Right now, next to me, our special guest for the day is Malika, and she is a New Jersey native, and she, she made a big leap of faith in herself and relocated her and her 2 children here to Connecticut from New Jersey in hopes to just have a better life for the 3 of them. And I highly commend her for that. I know it's really hard for people to quote unquote start over because you're leaving your comfort zone and, you know, your family and what you're familiar with to seek better and greater things for yourself and your family. So let's hear from Malika a little bit. Hi, Malika.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. And how are you today?
I'm great, Jackie. A little bit about me. Like she said, my name is Malika. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. Born and raised. And yeah, transitioning out here was quite a run for my money. But it was quite getting adjusted to. But yeah, I'm here and I'm here to stay.
And you came for a purpose, no?
Of course, everything I do is a purpose. So yeah. So
what was, your motive for packing up everything? And how old were your children when you decided to come up here?
Wow, my kids was 23 and 10.
Okay.
When I came out here.
Little age gap right there, little age gap in between.
Yeah, definitely an age gap.
That's like an age gap, skip, leap, and a jump.
Yeah, definitely an age gap. But yeah, I just came out here to, for a better life. Not that my life was crazy out there, but it's just slower pace out here. So I'm trying to teach my kids how to slow it down. That's all.
That's great. Something maybe you weren't too familiar with growing up?
Familiar with growing up. I lived in the city, so it's all fast paced. But I had fun growing up. So it's like I don't regret nothing I did. I went through it, got through it, and still going through it.
That's good.
But it didn't break me, so that's why I'm here to talk about it.
That's good. That's great. Whatever doesn't break us makes us stronger, right?
Absolutely.
There's a reason why that's a really common saying, because it really does ring true in, the lives of so many people out here. And so, I'm sure you get this a lot because you look so young. You are young. You don't look old enough to have, a 23-year-old. So how old were you when you had your first child?
I was 14 going on 15. That year I was 15 years old. Okay. Or whatever. But it wasn't like, your typical fairy tale or anything like that. I tried it, which I shouldn't have tried it, and I got stuck. Okay. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it wasn't,
because listen, I'm right there with you. To be honest with you, I got pregnant at 17, had my daughter at 18. I was still in high school.
It's not like getting pregnant at 14 and going to 15.
Right.
Like, I'm still in high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
like just starting.
Well, yeah. Just starting high school and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. But my journey, it was hard, of course. Like 14 years old, like who knows about having a kid at 14.
Right.
Or 15 or whatever. So,
right.
Yeah, but thanks to my support system that I did have, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom's, my grandmother, my aunts, everybody that was involved in my son's life. Yeah, we all played a part in it, and thank God I had help, but it wasn't just easy like that. So yeah,
I understand.
It was a journey. It was a journey, but
What was that like? I mean, finding out, at that age and having to like talk to your family about it.
well, that part right there, I hid it. I hid it for a long time. I hid my pregnancy for a very long time, until after my military ball and ROTC in high school.
Oh, tell us about that. So you went into.
Oh, yeah, I went into, when I was in high school, I was into ROTC
Oh, that's great.
and stuff like that, whatever. And I found that I was pregnant during the pictures when I took pictures at the military ball.
Oh, wow.
And when they came back, the pictures came back, so my mother knew.
Okay. There was no denying it at that point.
It was no denying it. And I was trying to, like, get rid of it on my own, doing things that I thought that, trying to get rid of it on my own, and it didn't happen like that. So
Yeah.
God wanted something different. I guess he wanted him here.
Definitely. I mean, and that must be really hard and emotional to have to, make the decision like, hey, like, this is what's going on right now. And, making the decision to say, hey, I want to try to stop this. But, in not succeeding in doing that, thank God, right? Because your son wouldn't be here. But God had, I feel like, bigger plans for you, for sure.
Of course, and that's the number one thing, just believing. Far as me growing up, I just, I was 14, I have a story to tell with my friends and stuff like that. I finally tried it. Once I tried it.
So it was your first time?
First time ever having sex.
All right. Slow down. So your first time ever having sex and you get fucking pregnant?
Yep. First time ever having sex, got pregnant with my son. And didn't know what to do, how to do it, where I was going, anything. So it was such a journey for me.
So your story is just so unique because, there's a lot of teen pregnancy out there, but I mean, not a lot of people can say that it was, your first time. And that is something that is scary.
First time. It's very scary. It made me scared to where that after having him, I haven't had sex in I never tried it again for years.
Yeah.
Till I got of age.
Oh, wow. I mean, that could definitely, talk about scared straight, right?
Let's talk about it. Yeah, it straightened me up right on up. But it straightened me up for the positive, I never wanted to be, like, I never wanted to be like my parents or anything like that, whatever. I always wanted to be better. Not that they was all bad and everything. Everybody got shit going on, but the thing is, with me growing up, I didn't have guidance like that. You know what I mean? So everything I did was experience. So one thing about me, when I experience something, if it don't work out for me, I won't experience it again. That's the gift that I have. But if I like it, I'm going to continue to do it. So that's like the thing.
Okay. So, I hear that and I hear, a lot of strength coming from you, a lot of determination, and a lot of willpower because a lot of people, when they set their mind to something, a lot of distractions come into play and it can change the course of what they set out to do. But sounds like you've been pretty, straightened in your path to what you want and what you need to do for your kids.
Yeah, ever since, like, I had my son, even though I had my son at a young age, that didn't stop me from getting my education. That didn't stop me from getting the job and doing everything I had to do to maintain the head of a household. Because even though I was 14, when I was 14, I had everything. Like that started me to grind more, to get more money, to hustle. Hustling is whatever you're doing to get money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to do for my kids. So that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Now I continue to do it to this day.
Absolutely. And, to this day, what might that consist of? Like you say, you continue to hustle to this day. So
meaning I stayed with a job.
Yep.
I stayed with something on the side, whether I'm selling T-shirts, whether I'm selling socks.
Yeah.
It don't matter what it is. As long as it ain't illegal, I'm doing it.
Absolutely. I mean, I know you're a woman of many skills and talents. I know you are a CPA, and I know that you're a staffing coordinator. I know that you help other businesses to thrive and to grow and to run, their, daily routine smoothly. So that takes, a lot of smarts. It takes a lot of wit, and it takes, honestly, focus. And, for you to be able to say, hey, I know I have a lot going on over here, and I'm a mom, and I'm this and I'm that, but to reach out and branch out and do other things and get other certifications, it's definitely very admirable. And, I know that it's not always the path of people, of a lot of your neighbors and friends and family from where you're from.
Absolutely. What I can say is, like, it wasn't easy, growing up and stuff like that or whatever, as far as with raising a son at that age or whatever the case may be. Raising a kid at a young age and living in a city and living, doing shit, doing things other than, you know what I mean? It molded me into what I am now. Like, I took everything that I learned from being in the streets of New Jersey City and being around or whatever. I took that and incorporated in what I'm doing now. You understand what I'm saying? So it was beneficial. Now that I'm saying, I'm looking at it now, it's more beneficial what I went through than when I was going through it, and I didn't know, like, why is this happening to me?
You didn't understand.
I didn't understand, exactly. I didn't understand how it was happening to me at the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm such a good person, and I'm so, like, lovable, and I'm scary and stuff like that. So it's like, why me? You know what I'm saying? I give back. I do all this. Why me? Right? So why not me?
Yeah. So you had that kind of why me, mentality for a little bit because you were young and you didn't understand. And the more you grew, though, the more you just knew, hey, I don't care anymore why me. This is me. So now I have to deal with it. And,
absolutely. And so once I started thinking like that, like, it is me, it became me, I started strategizing how I'm going to work things out. I always told me, so I'm not going to never be how I grew up. So I'm going to try to do things a little different with my kids. It took me 13 years to have another child.
Right.
So it's like my kids is 13 years apart. I also have a grandchild. He's 5.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zay.
Okay, Zay. Hey, baby Zay.
Yeah. So yeah. But
okay. So
learning that and knowing that
you are a very young mother, and now you're a very young grandmother. But you are killing it. You're, you look great.
I'm trying.
You're working hard. You're showing your kids what can be possible with a little bit of focus and determination, and, not getting caught up in what this one's doing, what that one's doing. You just have to do what's best for you, right?
Absolutely. By any means. Like, growing up in the hood of New Jersey and Jersey City specific, I mean, you can't be weak.
Right.
You understand? So it's like coming out here, it's like a piece of cake, but it's not. It's like too much of a piece. So it's like I'm like overthinking and overthinking drive and stuff like that. But it's good,
Slowing down a little bit.
Slowing down, yeah. Like I said, what I didn't say is I've been OT before. Connecticut is not the first time I've been outside of Jersey.
Where have you been?
I'm gonna tell you that Connecticut is the most challenging state that I've ever been.
Oh, it's the most expensive, I'm sure.
No, it's not.
No?
No, it's not. Ugh. But it's the most challenging state I've ever been in.
I think about tax-wise because,
Yeah, tax-wise, that's everywhere. In New Jersey, too. But I'm talking about challenging state, meaning like social, just doing other things that I'm used to. That's challenging for me. You understand what I'm saying? So when I try to do something different and it's not aligning with the people in Connecticut, that's challenging for me. Yeah. But I learned
little cultural differences.
Definitely.
Like what? Like what would you say are some of the top like 2 or 3, cultural differences that are challenging for you?
Food, one.
Like what's that? What do you?
There's not a lot of soul food out here.
Okay.
Yeah. 2, 3. lounges, parties, and stuff like that. It's not a lot out here.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as other things like,
so our nightlife is definitely whack.
Nightlife is definitely whack.
Oh my god!
But you know what? I could change that.
I know this girl has visions, man. She wants to come out here and bring a little piece of New Jersey with her to Connecticut.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, it's just challenging. You know, we can't. But you know what? I like a challenge. That's just me. I love a challenge, so that's why I'm here to stay because. Because I feel like it's very challenging, so that's why I'm here, because it's not easy.
Right.
So I want to accomplish this. I want to put my stamp on this and say, yeah, I did this.
So I can relate with that feeling, because being a woman raised in a not so ideal setting, being a teen mom, granted, nothing like, being pregnant at 14, having your child at 15, it was, I faced my challenges, so I can definitely relate to that. But on the other side, I hear a little bit of the fact that you have an entrepreneurial spirit to you.
Of course.
And I love that. I love that for you. And so tell us a little bit about, the fact that you have just recently, you're starting your own business. And you, what made you, get into that?
Really, what made me get into that?
What's the name of your business?
It's called Get Loaded Baked Potato. I load potatoes, I load it to your taste. I got whatever meat you want, whatever size you need, and it's going in the potato. It's not your average potato. It feeds 2 people.
I will attest to that because I have tried one or 4 or 5, but they're so good.
Yeah, but what made me get into it is because, food, you can never go broke without food, like food, water, stuff like that. I look at the longevity. I don't look at what's now.
It's always going to be a necessity.
I've never been a cook like that. Let's put that on record. I've never been a cook like that, but once I went to school for being a cook and stuff like that, and to get to know management and stuff like that, and how to conduct a restaurant business and stuff like that, that made me really get into it. So that's what made me open up my own business to do that.
So you have your food, like Serve Safe?
Yes, I have all the credentials for that. Yeah, the food Serve Safe, the management, everything.
That's really impressive, I gotta say. So I will say that I have tasted Malika's Get Loaded baked potatoes, and I like mine with chicken and shrimp. I think she knows that already, and so does my son. She always hooks my son up every week.
That's mine.
And but she has steak and chicken and shrimp, and she does oxtail and mac and cheese, and you can pick and choose.
All of this is in the potato.
Oh, on top of the delicious, already baked potato that's already mixed with the butter and sour cream and everything. So I just want to say a testament, little shameless plug, shout out to Get Loaded Baked Potato. Malika here is, showing a lot of young women too that, when
and
something.
Not for nothing, not to cut you off. And not for nothing, let me tell you something. I never thought I would be cooking. I don't like cooking. I don't like doing none of that. But when I think of outside of the box, that would make me do it. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Yeah. And you're just showing women, younger women.
As long as you put your mind to it, and as long as you put your mind to it and know what you want. Now I'm noticing, now I'm 40. Now that I'm noticing now that once you put your time and your mind to things that you're trying to do, it's gonna go. But you have to put in the work. You have to put in the time. You have to put in that. I never thought I'd be cooking. I hate cooking, to be honest. But this is my skill right here. This is what I developed as coming on. This is what I liked. And anything I like, that's what I want to own.
And that is a testament to, growing up and not always realizing what you have and what you're working with and everything, the skills that you're accumulating and growing and acquiring as you grow older, they could come in handy one day. Because Malika, let me tell you something, okay? Mm-hmm. If anyone would have ever asked me if I would own a cleaning business when I got older, I'd be like, hell no. I ain't cleaning for nobody else. I want to clean my own damn house.
So, yeah.
But that was my younger self. And then, as I got older, I realized that cleaning is a necessity, just like eating is a necessity. Like, people like to eat good food, and everyone needs to eat every single day.
And that's the word I was looking for, necessity. It's a necessity.
It's a necessity, yes.
It's not a liability.
And, so that's one of the things that I definitely really like about you, I admire about you, is your ability to turn something that's small into something that's bigger with just your personality, your willpower, and the fact that you actually know what you're doing and you're navigating your way through life. And you don't always know what you're doing. None of us always know what we're doing. But, especially with parenting, it can be so hard, and juggling parenting and work life. But, let's talk about a little bit about what it was like for you to relocate. Okay, so it's one thing to have, to grow up in your own hood and grow up in your own neighborhood, just really, stuck in your ways, and it might be hard for a lot of people to change. Because how many people in where you grew up been there their whole damn lives?
There's a lot of people that I know that been there their whole lives, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about expanding and brightening your horizons. It's all about, like I said, it's not my first OT, you know what I'm saying? I could adapt to anything. I'm built for being, I'm a hustler, so I'm gonna adapt to any environment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the skill I have. That's one of my skills that I have.
So what's it like for you to in the moment, right? In the day, the moving day, like take me through like your thought process on
My
a
thought
typical
process
like
is
day of getting up and going to somewhere completely new where you don't know anybody or hardly anybody, and you don't know anything, and starting from scratch. What's that first day feel like for you?
That first day feel like it's a new beginning.
Feels good, like relief?
Yeah, in the first beginning, you get like a little adrenaline because you like, all right, nobody know me, as a fresh start. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a fresh start. Any fresh start is like adrenaline. Like, all right, what am I getting into? What am I getting myself into? So that's the adrenaline. That's the adrenaline I have. But as I'm here now, it's very challenging out here.
Different.
It's very different out here. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
And
change for so many people is so scary, Malika. It's so scary. So you've done it multiple times. You've been able to, and you look at it like it's
regular to me because it's in me. It's not on me.
I like that.
When it's in you, you can do whatever, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna feel like it's regular. So, but if it's not in you,
And
that's
it's
when
on you?
if it's not in you, it's not in you. It's gonna look crazy.
It's gonna weigh you down.
It's gonna weigh you down. You're gonna be here, there. You can't even focus. You're not even gonna accomplish it.
I love that.
You know what I mean? So it's in me. So I already know. I fight to the end. So it's like, I'm not stopping until it's done. Until it's done correctly.
That's right.
Yeah.
So when you moved here to Connecticut from Jersey, and you relocated, you were by yourself.
I was with my best friend Mindy. She brought me out here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I didn't know nothing. I'm not coming out nowhere blinded.
Right. You knew somebody.
I knew somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's my best friend. Her name Mindy. Or whatever the case may be.
Shout out to Mindy.
Okay. She showed me the ropes before I even came here. That's what made the decision to come here. You get what I'm saying? So, and as I came here,
she was already here.
I met a lot of other people along the way, which is you.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I adapted to that.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not what I'm used to, but I can relate and I can adapt to this. And I'm glad I even met you.
Thank you.
And you play a part of my life too, because
I'm glad I met you too, girl.
You know what I'm saying? You did show me.
I just what I want to do is be able to, kind of just let everyone know their full potential has not been reached yet. You know, no matter what you're doing right now, no matter how good you're doing, no matter how much better you're doing than you used to be, you still got a ways to go. And you know, what I respect in people that I can relate to and I can resonate with, and that we can actually continue and actually have a friendship like you and I do have, is that you don't get comfortable when you're up.
You can't get comfortable
when you get comfortable.
When you comfortable when you up, it's time to
move.
It's definitely time to move.
Yes, girl. Yeah. That's why we're friends. See, if any of you seen Step Brothers, this is why we met.
Yes.
So this idea could happen.
I believe so. Because, look, if you get too comfortable, you can't get too comfortable. Like Future said, you can't get too comfortable, because if you get too comfortable, that means you're set for life, and we all know we ain't set. We ain't make hundreds of millions of dollars to be set for life, you know?
Right.
So with that being said, I'm never going to get too comfortable. I'm always going to keep grinding. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going.
That's what we need to do. And what we need to do in that is keep our wits about us and keep our heads on straight, not get caught up in the success that sometimes people do, right? People get really successful. They get to the level that they've always dreamed of being on, and they lose sight of what's really important, and family and your roots. They forget where they came from. And
some people they do that, you know? I was there once. I thought when I was up, you know, that's what humbled me. That's what made me, you know what I'm saying? The losses that I took humbled me now. You understand what I'm saying? So the losses that I took, I learned from. That's the difference between me and everybody else. And
turn your lessons into
your lessons into blessings.
Yep.
You know, so with that being said, it's like I don't react no more without thinking. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot by being out here. I humbled myself a lot. Because I know that, you know, it's different. It's a diversity city out here. It's different people from everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
Out here,
there's lots of people, you know, from all walks of life.
All walks of life. And they're not accustomed to aggressiveness, stuff like that. You know, I'm from Jersey, so I'm coming crazy.
What is it like more in Jersey? Like, describe, in your opinion, like what? Like, in a nutshell, like what's Jersey like? Like, what was it like for you growing up?
What would you think New York like? It's a baby New York.
Right,
it's a baby New York.
That's what people say, right?
It is what it is. We don't sleep. It is what it is. It's ongoing.
Busy, loud.
Busy and loud. That's it.
So, you know, everybody, the people. What are the people? What is the difference in the people between Jersey, from your experience, and the people here? And
we do
and how
what
does
we
that
want.
make
They
you
do
feel?
what they can.
And then in Connecticut, you know, there's a lot of that too. I mean, people are going to be people, and they're going to be them no matter where they are, right? But overall,
I mean by that,
right?
Like, not do what we want. Like, we can't just do what we want. You know what I'm saying? That's impossible. But the thing is, we have over there, we're gonna do what we want, and we're gonna get it done. It's gonna happen right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care about the law. I don't care about
who it's gonna affect.
I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'll worry about the permits and zones later.
Yep. All right. So now coming to Connecticut,
you gotta do everything on the books. You gotta do everything right. You gotta make sure everything is proper. And that's just the part right there. Like, you got to do everything by the book out here.
Yep. So
everything.
So it's like tough for you, it's challenging for you, but deep down you know that is how you'd prefer your children to be raised, rather than, you know, the other way. Like, right. Like, you know, it's just better to be that way, even though it's not what you're used to, and it's a little bit for you, right?
No. What are you trying to say? I'm not understanding that.
I'm saying, you know, that being out here in Connecticut is better than raising your children in Jersey.
No, Jersey is a cool place to raise your kid, but the way I was living is different. You understand what I'm saying? So
for you is what I'm talking about.
For me, you know what I'm saying? The way I was running and the way I was doing things and the way I was living out there, I wouldn't want to raise my kids out there. That's the reason why I left. I can't speak for New Jersey, because New Jersey is a beautiful place.
Yeah, and I should have maybe worded that a little differently, but not the state of New Jersey, but in your experience.
No, in my experience.
I mean in your experiences here. Yeah, for sure.
In my experience in New Jersey and stuff like that, I mean, I could always go home, you know?
Yeah.
I could always live, and I'll live comfortably home, you know? But I just want to show my kids something different. It's more than this a turner. It's more than just being outside all night and being ratchet and doing all this other stuff or whatever. Not saying that Jersey is ratchet. We all got Can I get some ratchet people in here too?
Everywhere does.
But let me tell you something. Yep. But it's more slow pace here. That's the reason why I'm here. It's more slow. It's more thinking before reaction. And it's more, doing.
Yeah.
And standing on it.
Yeah, I can respect that for sure. How do your kids feel about the move? How did they take it? How did they feel about the move initially?
At first they didn't like it, of course. Mm-hmm. Well, we moved here. I don't like it here. I don't have no friends, whatever. Mm-hmm. But not knowing I'm setting up for our future. It ain't about right now. It's about what's going on, what's going to happen when I leave here. How, you know what I'm saying? Because we all got a time to go. So it's like I need to prepare my kids. This is how I raise my kids. I prepare them for the future. I prepare them for, the aftermath of what's going on.
I respect that so much because I want to let you know, just by you sharing, a portion of your story right now with us and with me on, TraumCom Podcast, because we know that there comes a little bit of trauma that stems from the decision to uproot your life and move to somewhere where you're unfamiliar with. There's something that triggered that response in you, and you made an ultimate decision to change something that, you felt like might have been going in the wrong direction, right, for yourself and your children. And then now for you to be able to talk about it is so big. Mm-hmm. And it's giving other people that are in a similar situation. There are millions of people right now across this nation, and more across the world, that are in a place right now, that are in a position right now, that are with someone right now where they don't want to be, where they don't want to be with. And it takes so fucking much courage to do the hard thing and pick up and leave your home to take a chance on a better life somewhere else.
Yeah, that's the person I am, though. I like taking chances. I like learning new things. I like new things. That's why I'm always on the move. That's why I'm always learning new things. I'm always a student. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I always learn off of anybody. It could be younger than me. It could be older than me. It could be mid, whatever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always learning. I never stop learning, and that's the key. Never stop learning. Knowledge is everything. So once you have it, you can have it.
And I love that because you're embracing your humanity, because it is within each one of us human beings to progress and to want better for ourselves. But there's something that stifles that in some of us, and that's fear, right? And that's fear of the unknown. And when you know what's behind you, but you're not certain of what's ahead of you, but you know what's ahead of you got to be better than what's behind you. I mean, you're willing to take that leap of faith, and you did that, and I commend you for that wholeheartedly. And I just hope that there's somebody listening out there right now that can, hear your words and get a little bit of, inspiration from your bravery, your courage, and maybe make a change for themselves. Because you touched on something earlier too that I always say when I speak, and when I've spoken to some classrooms, to some high school children and college children and adults in settings where they might have needed some reminders. I've done some public speaking, and something I always say is adjust and adapt, because life is ever changing.
If you can adjust.
But that is the goal, right? To be able to adjust and adapt. Mm-hmm. And when you said earlier, you had to be able to do that.
Some people not built for it. So with that being said, you can't force nothing on nobody.
No, but like I said, if you're in an unfavorable,
not you. I'm not saying you.
Right, no, I know. But like if you're in an unfavorable position, right? If you're in somewhere, if you're in deep and you want to get out of it and you want change, you want better, That's the goal. That's always going to be goal,
Right.
is to adjust and to adapt. And and you're right. And you're so right.
And
a lot of people, it's
for
not easy
whatever
to do that.
reason, you can't adjust, then you can't adapt. So that means you got to remove yourself.
But I would like to say that it's not impossible, and it is possible for everybody to get themselves up out of a situation that they don't want to be in, a place that they don't want to be in. So I know you said it's not for some people. You're right. Some people, they have a lot more fear than other people. Some people have a lot more other reasons why it's harder, right? Some people have a lot more going against them than other people, but it is not impossible for you to adapt and adjust to new settings if that is what you want to do and if that is what you need to do. I want you to always remember that. And Malika, you've been a good reminder of what that can look like, and and how that can be achieved.
Yeah, like coming from the bottom, coming from where I come from, which is the bottom, as far as like, both parents coming up
Financially, economically,
raised, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it was hard, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's about consistency. It's about how bad do you want to live a good life. It's about how bad you want it.
Yeah.
So the bad as you want it, the more work you're going to put in. Don't think that this thing come easy to where it's going to be presented to you on a silver platter like here. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to work for that.
Yeah. Everybody wants the reward, but
Nobody wants to work.
Put in the work for it,
Yeah, that part.
Everybody want to,
Yeah.
Everybody want to come drive the boat, but nobody want to come paddle boat. In the words of Chance the Rapper. That's one of the verses in one of my favorite songs, "Ya Know," by Chance the Rapper. That's one of the first verses in that song. It's so true. Everybody want to come drive the boat, but nobody want to come paddle boat. And it's but if we don't even realize it, if we all combine the money, we could come all buy the boat. We could all buy the boat. If we all come together, nobody realize that we could actually make changes. We could actually create the world that we want to live in, and instead of having people like you having to pick up and move away from everything you know and love just because it's not good enough for you.
No, it wasn't good enough for me.
In that setting, in that place, in that
time.
Not for me.
Not
for your
me.
Kids.
Not for me. Not for my kids either. But what I'm saying is that settings over there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't regret that. I'll listen, I'm willing to go back. You know what I mean? But the thing is, out here, it's more settled. Like she said, it's more settled and stuff like that. I'm not running from nothing. Right. I don't want to run from nothing and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. I came out here by my choice. I chose to come out here. You know what I'm saying? And the choice that I made to come out here, and it's this challenging, that's why I'm staying out here.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? That is because it is challenging.
Yeah.
Because I could get up and go anytime I want to.
It's not easy to relocate. It's not easy to pick up and say, hey, this isn't for me. And I want different. It's not easy to
make that decision to come up here for real.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I mean, let's be real. Like how, was there any point in time where you were just like, shit, maybe I want to go back?
It wasn't no tragedy that happened for me to move.
Yeah.
I just felt like, you know what I'm saying, man?
It's time.
It's time.
And that's all the more reason why, it's so important for you to be able to tell other people about your experience, because not everybody has to go through a big booming experience to want change, but it can be a series of small things that can build up. Trauma does not have to be one thing. It can be a series of small things that lead up to your decision of not being comfortable. Right? Having trauma doesn't mean that you're damaged. Having trauma doesn't mean that you're broken. Having trauma doesn't mean you're angry all the time. Having trauma doesn't mean you cry and sad all the time. Doesn't mean you're depressed. Having trauma doesn't mean you're happy all the time and faking it all the time. No, people who have experienced trauma can be truly happy.
I learned today.
But what it is that no matter what, even if it's one thing or an accumulation of lots of different things, it is going to affect you. And what you choose to do with that is up to you, and that is how you're going to leave your legacy in this world.
Right.
and you showed your children already that, hey, if you don't like something, get the fuck up out of there.
That's right.
You don't got to stay anywhere that is not for you, that you're not wanted, that you don't want to be in. You don't have to be a product of your environment.
Right.
And, and I really can say that I appreciate that outlook in life. And I'll tell you this, there's been times where I wanted to pick up and leave, and I've been too scared. I've made excuses. I've said, oh, well, I can't because of this, and I don't want to do this, and well, I have my family here, and I have my friends here, and I'm this, and girl, when I met you, all of those excuses that I had given myself throughout the years of why I don't want to pick up and go somewhere that might be beneficial for me just surfaced, and it made me really take a step back and be like, I could do that. If I chose to. If
you choose to, you can do whatever you think you choose to.
And that's what I want this,
make sure the right
message
people around you though.
To be, right? You are a product of like who you're around, because your environment is not something you chose, right? Where you were placed on in this earth when you came into this world is not what you chose. But the people in it, the people that you choose to surround yourself with, that is a choice. The period of time that you spend in that place that you don't like is your choice.
Right.
So, I thank you, Malika, for coming on the show today and, telling us a little bit about, where you've come from, some of the experiences that you've had, and they've not all been bad. It's not like you said, you're not running from anything to have to. You don't have to be running from something to want to start over.
Right.
You don't have to have had something horrible happen to you to want a new beginning.
Right.
And it is possible for every one of you to have that, should you so choose. So I would like to just have you leave, some of the people with a little bit of advice.
My advice to anyone that's going through anything like far as like you're young, you think you can't do it because you got so much, you overwhelmed with so much, take a breather, step back and think about what's going on.
Even if you're going to get a brown paper bag.
I don't know about that. I never tried that. So let's not say that. But anyway,
some people need it.
Some people do need it. I heard that's in therapy and stuff. But to anybody that's, that's a teenager, you have a baby being a teen and stuff like that. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Just get yourself the right help. Know what you want, know what you're trying to do, being that you got this baby, or you're trying to move out, or what you're trying to move from one state to another, anything, know what I'm saying? Moving forward, just do it. And then whatever else is going to come, if it's just take the first step, just take the leap of faith and just go. You know what I'm saying? Just know that everything is going to be all right as long as you believe, everything is going to be all right as long as you put in the work to do it, because there's nobody going to be like, oh, I feel sorry for you, let me give you 10,000. No, it's not going to happen like that.
So in essence, I mean, you have to believe in yourself, and also equally you have to put that hard work in, because you're not going to get anywhere just off of belief, and you're not going to get anywhere just off of hard work. You have to have both.
Yeah, both of them go together.
They do.
Real bad.
Real bad. Real bad, real good, real everything. I mean, this is real talk, and I really appreciate you coming on today and just, sharing some of the stuff that you've been through. And
yeah, that's only a little bit of stuff. I wish I could get into detail and stuff like that, but we'll come for that for another day.
Yeah, maybe we'll have you back on and talk about a different topic.
I can really get into deeper on another day, but for right now,
hey, we got more time left, girl. I mean, I'm just saying,
not your skin o'clock, not her skin o'clock she got saying.
Going on. I'm looking at my wrist right now. I ain't got no watch on, but it's all right. I know we got more time, but no, we will save that for another time. But again, I just want to,
It's my first podcast, so
okay.
let me just say that
we popped your so we popped your
cherry.
We popped your podcast cherry, talking about how you got pregnant with your first time popping your cherry.
Siri just came on.
So act like you didn't hear me, girl.
No, I didn't. I didn't hear what she said.
Yep.
What did she say? Y'all say it in the comments. I didn't hear what the last thing she said.
Yeah, you heard it. So ironic, right? So listen, everybody, to that effect too, make sure that you do know a testament. If you've heard my last podcast, episode 2, I had my daughter on the show, and we talked about the fact that I got pregnant on birth control. She got pregnant her first time around. Miss Malika, Miss Jackie over here. We are here with a PSA. Wrap it the fuck up, because we're out here having teen pregnancies and shit, and it just really could have been avoided. You know, we love you, our firstbirthbans. I mean,
I love you to death. Actually, shout out to my son. Today is his birthday, September 17th. I had him today, 1999.
Oh, girl.
That was 25 years ago.
Love it. Yes. Happy
birthday. He's a
birthday.
quarter of his life right now. And
Happy
I'm
birthday.
Blessed.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday
to you.
You know, and God, I don't know where I'd be without my firstborn, to be honest.
Absolutely.
But just if you'd like a little bit of advice on how to maybe prevent some teen pregnancy, listen to the two of us, all right? It definitely changed the course of our lives. But what I told and what we both told our families when we were young, it's not ruining our lives, but it's changing our lives. However, it made things a lot harder.
It did.
So let's just call it what it is and say, hey, everyone, whatever you're dealing with out there, you know, just know that you can get through it, and hopefully one day you'll be able to laugh about it, just like we are here today.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for.
And one thing, turn that negative into a positive. It becomes a blessing.
All right, now, N plus P equals B.
Whatever she said.
You like that? I just made it up.
I know, but that's why I said whatever.
I don't know. I wasn't really good in algebra, but is that a thing? Like, no, probably not.
I don't think algebra is a thing.
Well, that's another day, because we're just going to start mixing up a whole bunch of topics, having a whole bunch of people upset.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for your time. We are out. Malika, everybody. And just remember, adjust and adapt. And here is to new beginnings.
New beginnings.
Yay.
Thank you.